What's up, my dudes? So I wanted to talk about the possibility of having a Modern Warfare 2 remastered COD MW2, my dude. So yeah, basically with this whole situation, I know ever since they made the original Modern Warfare remastered, everyone instantly wants to jump to assume that they're going to make a Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I don't know if they are or if they aren't. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know or I don't know. But I guess in my eyes, I just don't really see all that big of a point in having remastered games. I mean, I get how it's going to bring a lot more people back to these games and stuff, but what I think they should do is simply just almost kind of like the Master Chief Collection for Halo, basically where they put all of the old games in one game and release it on a new console and allow you to play on all of them multiplayer with everybody, and it still work with people that play it on the old console in a way to where you still have all those people that are actually playing it on an old console, because believe it or not, you can actually go in there and still to this day play the original Modern Warfare online on a Xbox 360 with an Xbox 360 controller. You can still do that. There's still people online playing that, and the servers still work, and you can still go back and play Modern Warfare 2 online on an old Xbox 360. And I even think now they've got it to where it like you can play the original Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox One. Like kind of a little bit kind of like backwards compatibility. I'm not doing that right now. I'm actually literally playing this on a 360 with the 360 controller. So, I'm playing it like as old school as you possibly could. So you can still go back and do that. But I just, like with the whole actual remastered thing, that's what I'm kind of trying to get at in this video. Like, what's the positives and negatives of that? I mean, with the remastered, basically it's just one of those things that, they with the original Modern Warfare, what scares me about a remastered is a lot of times it's not just that original game being remade. A lot of times they're actually trying to change something with it. They're actually trying to do something that changes it from that original core experience. And I hate that. I don't like that at all. So, that's my biggest worry and concern with all of it, is just simply that side of it. Basically, look at how cool these maps used to be. Oh my god, dude. Like, they would never put this kind of stuff in a modern day Call of Duty map. And that's why Call of Duty suck now. Just saying. Like, when I go back and look at the old maps, like of Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, oh my god, dude. Like, you see why these maps are so legendary. You see why they stand the test of time, man. It's because they weren't scared to break out of the box. They weren't scared to put something cool on the maps. Make a cool little ledge like this. Make cool little areas and stuff. They would never do this in a new Call of Duty because it's not balanced. It's not blah, blah, blah. It's not made for esports. That's not fair. You can camp too much in that spot. Oh my god, like, they have literally eliminated the whole fun of Call of Duties now with their maps. They're just so streamlined. You have to go in these little corridor, indoor areas. Feels like the whole map is like just this area right here. That's what new Call of Duties feel like. It's like if you took all this out and just made the map in this little corridor area, in this little downstairs area. That's like how new Call of Duty is. It's like you're fighting in this little area right here and nothing else, basically. So that's why they suck now. But either way, the whole thing with the remastered, making it like better graphics or whatever, I just don't. And with the original Modern Warfare remastered, playing that, I guess you would think in your head like, oh, this is going to feel exactly like the original Modern Warfare, but it's just on a new console with better graphics. But it doesn't. Okay, I remember playing it on PS4, and it just did not have that same old feeling. I don't know. I know they had some server issues at the beginning of it and stuff like that, but for instance, let me just give you a little example here, okay? Let's say you go play the original Modern Warfare on an Xbox 360 with an original Xbox 360 controller, that's going to feel totally different than going and playing Modern Warfare Remastered on an Xbox One. It's not the same game, dude. You know, like, it just loses a sense of its original feeling, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's being on the newer consoles that does that. I don't know if it's some of the graphical things they change, but something changes where it doesn't feel exactly like that old game. Obviously, it feels a little bit like it because you got the same guns, same maps, same everything like that, but it misses a little bit of that original characteristic of what made the original Modern Warfare so great. Like, still to this day, I'd rather play the original Modern Warfare on an Xbox 360 with an Xbox 360 controller versus playing Modern Warfare Remastered, right? Because, like, I can go play the Modern Warfare Remastered, but it's missing a little bit of that original experience. It doesn't have the same exact feeling. I don't know if it's the controller, you know, having like an Xbox One controller versus a 360 controller, or if it's just the slightly different way they've made the graphical engine and the way that changes some things, or I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, but it doesn't feel exactly the same. So, and that's not even talking about the damn new weapon DLC microtransaction bullshit they've added in the Modern Warfare Remastered. Like, yeah, that's a smart idea, Call of Duty. Let's just go in there and make a remaster, try to give you the original Modern Warfare experience, and then add new weapons and new shit like that into the game as microtransactions. Like, not only did they start adding more skins and cosmetics, but they actually added new weapons. New weapons. What the fuck were they thinking on that? Oh my gosh. So that's why I'm so, like, gun shy to this whole, let's make a Modern Warfare 2 remastered. I don't really want that, honestly. I know people get giddy about that and, you know, want to jump out of their shorts because they think they're getting some Modern Warfare 2 remastered and it's going to be like, oh my god, it's going to be so amazing. But in all honesty, I just don't really think that's the right way to go about doing it. I honestly don't. I think their best bet is to, like I said, go in there and make a bit more of like a Master Chief collection. And I know that had its own set of issues simply because it was just god-awful connectivity when the Master Chief Collection for Halo came out, so it kind of put a bad taste in everybody's mouth on this whole, like, put all the old games in one game and then release a game on the new console. But that's the right way to go about doing it, honestly. If you're wanting those original experiences, but all in one package, that's basically the best possible way you can do it. It's almost like you're somewhat running a emulator of that old game. You know, it's not remastered in any kind of way. It's exactly the same old game, same guns, same weapons, same graphics, same physics, same everything, perks, everything in the game, the way it works, everything about it is the same, but you just have it on a newer console with all the other games. You know, I think that would make a lot more people come back and play it versus trying to drag out their old Xbox 360, try to find their old 360 controllers and do all that crap to try to do it, right? I think that's why you don't really see a whole lot of people playing these games now online, just simply because I think there's a lot of people don't even realize you can play them online still, and a lot of people don't have their 360s out. So, but I guess with certain Call of Duties being like somewhat sort of backwards, this new Xbox One backwards compatibility crap they've been doing, I don't really know how that works, but apparently you can play these games on the new some of the Call of Duties on the new console, older ones. So, but I still think that would be a good way to go about doing it. Is just instead of going down this road of remastering everything, like original Modern Warfare Remastered, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, World at War Remastered, Black Ops 1 Remastered, like they got too many fucking games. They just need to come out with a game that's Call of Duty, I don't know what the hell, Call of Duty Collection or something, and you get all of the old stuff. So you get that. What would really be cool if they had all of the Call of Duties in there, like Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, all those in there and still be able to play multiplayer on those, because I think those actually you can't play multiplayer on them anymore. I think they shut down the servers on a lot of those older Call of Duties. So if they had all those in there and then allowed you to play online with those and had the original Modern Warfare, which is Call of Duty 4, and then World at War, multiplayer on all that, Modern Warfare 2 in there, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1 in there, Black Ops 2 in there, and that would kind of be probably the cutoff point. Maybe they could have Ghost in there, maybe, just for the hell of it. I don't really know why the hell you'd do that, but somewhere around that like Black Ops 2 point is where it would cut off. I think Ghost was the first one on the newer generation consoles, so that would probably be the cutoff point, would be right there like Black Ops 2 or something. So, yeah, that would be sick as hell if they had all of that in one game and online modes working for all that, and maybe like a special edition, or maybe this just comes with the game. You get like an old school controller, so it like comes with like an actual like new Xbox 360 controller that can work on an Xbox One, right? So you can still have that old experience, but it's just on a newer console, but it's the exact same experience of all those games. Or if it's on a PlayStation, maybe you get like a PlayStation 3 controller that works on a PlayStation 4 somehow, and that comes with the game, the collection. That'd be cool if they kind of went down that road in some kind of degree. But all of the zombie maps for every DLC zombie map, I'm trying to figure it up in my head, like how would you add the value of paying $60 for this collection, right? But if they had all the DLC maps, so this will help with the whole side of it where you try to go online and play, and 90% of the people don't have any of the DLC maps, so that cuts out like, freaking, I don't know how many maps, cuts out like, 12 maps or some shit like that, because that's like all the DLC and some of these games. So, but just, oh my god, the maps, just in Modern Warfare 2, dude. I mean, good lord. But like if they did that, had all the zombie DLC maps in there, in this collection, all of the multiplayer maps in there in the collection, so basically when you go in there to play Modern Warfare 2 online in the collection, it's all of the maps, everybody's got them, right? So it's no more of that like confusion of people not having this or not having that. Everybody gets it because you get it with the collection. Or if you go in there and try to play World at War, you got all of those multiplayer maps, all of the zombie DLC maps, all the multiplayer DLC maps, all that kind of stuff in there. So you got all that in the multiplayer. So you get all of that DLC in there as kind of like a little bit more of a added bonus or whatever you want to call it, to a certain extent on that. So that would be cool if they added all of that in there. I think they could certainly make a product out of that, like a Call of Duty collection. I can't believe they haven't done that yet, because at this point, it's kind of bizarre, but especially if you're on PlayStation, because I don't think PlayStation has that backwards compatibility stuff with the, like, playing Modern Warfare 2 on PlayStation 4. I don't know if you can actually do that. I think that may only be a Microsoft thing. I don't know for sure, but I know you can still go back and play the old stuff like on 360. That's what's crazy. You can go back on Xbox 360 controller, dog. On my Xbox 360 over here, making a bunch of racket, acting like it's going to explode, getting hot, freaking red rings of death over here and shit. Literally playing on a 360, exact same experience of how it was back in the day, and the online servers are still working. You can still play Team Deathmatch, free-for-all. Now, granted, there's not as many people on this as there was back in 09 or whenever the hell the boom was for this game. I remember that. It was like fucking, crazy, like, I mean, just insane the amount of people that was on this game when it first came out. But the fact of the matter is you can still go in there and do it and have that old experience. And I think there's a lot of people, especially nowadays with a lot of the newer Call of Duties getting so far away from what that original experience was. They want that. They want that instead of just coming out with all these damn remastered games over and over and over. Modern Warfare, the original remastered that doesn't actually feel like the original game, and then has new guns in microtransactions and DLC, so then it feels like shit. Instead of going down that road and then Modern Warfare 2 remastered, and it'll probably have new gun DLC and crap like that. instead of doing all that, why don't you just go in there and come out with a collection, dude? Like, that's really the right way to go about doing it. Because it'd take you another 10 years for the Call of Duty series to come out with Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, World at War Remastered, and then you'd still have that issue of everything being separated, everything being like a separated game, so you'd still have that problem. But I think it's time. Like, Call of Duty needs that. I think all these big franchises like Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, they all need some sort of collection type of game for every new console that comes out. So you can go back, this is a bit of a bigger type video than you might realize just looking at it like Modern Warfare 2 Remaster or whatever. Like, there's a lot more to this video here as far as talking about that and like having remastered for these really big, important games. And, instead of going down the road of remastered, why don't you come out with a full collection? Everything's in it. Everybody's got it. So then like, you can easily transition from, you hop on Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, you have fun on that, then you come over here and hop on Call of Duty 3 multiplayer or Call of Duty 2 multiplayer, you have fun on that, then you go play Black Ops 1 multiplayer, and it kind of allows everyone to have every game at their fingertips, so then therefore everyone builds every game's community more, so you don't have like this abundance of people just on one game and not the other. You know what I mean? But they could also have the campaigns for all those games in there. Obviously, you'd have that. And then the multiplayer in the Call of Duties that have the multiplayer in there. And then the zombies and the multiplayer of the zombies in there. All of that in there. That would certainly be a cool way to go about doing it. And now that I think about it, I think it would be smarter to do that. Have it to where that's on like a new server. Not like the old servers. That would be a bit bizarre having where... because I would think you would need to reset all of your stats. If you're going to do that, put that all on a new console in a collection. You'd need to like probably reset stats on everything, but and then have like maybe they just shut off the old servers. If there's literally no point to playing the old Call of Duty on the 360 with a 360 controller, like if you can hop on an Xbox One and play that exact same Modern Warfare 2 experience with a controller exactly like a 360 controller. And by the way, I think Xbox should do that anyways. Come out with basically a new Xbox controller, but it's exactly like the 360 controller and it works on an Xbox One. I think a lot of people would buy into that very quickly. I think they could market that and put that out and make that into something, and it would work out perfectly for like a Call of Duty collection, because most people don't want to play Modern Warfare 2 on an Xbox One controller. Shit's bulky as hell. That Xbox 360 controller was legendary and a half, dude. I still think it's the best console controller ever, Xbox 360. So they could come out with that like that, and if it was the exact same experience, nothing different, not remastered, not better graphics, not different guns, not different like DLC or microtransactions that wasn't in there originally or any of that shit. It's the exact same 100% experience that you had, controller, everything, multiplayer, everything, same exact experience. Then they could cut off the old servers on the original 360 and make it to where it's all on that newer collection on the Xbox One or the PS4. That they could have it like that. So that would be a cool way to do it right there. That would certainly be interesting, because it seems like when they do the remastered thing, they start trying to go down the road of like almost making something like that old game, but then trying to make something different with that old game. And I don't like that road, and that's all you're going to get out of a remastered, because it's not a remake. It's not a backwards compatibility push. It's a full-blown remastered, so it's something totally different, really, when you think about it. It's not the same experience, man. So, but I think a lot of people want this. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think there's a lot of people out there that if you just had all of the Call of Duties at their fingertips, be able to play them exactly like they were back in the day, multiplayer, and there was actually people on the servers and no hackers. That's the big thing, that have updated servers where they can wipe all the hackers out on all that. So you don't have the weird dudes jumping around on World at War with rainbow-colored names and shit flying around all over the countryside. If they could fix all that, I promise you, people would be into that. People would pay for that. People would buy that. All the DLC for all those games. You've got Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. You know, those games right there, those are kind of like more of the heavy hitter ones in there. They had all that in a bundle, all the DLC, exactly like it was back in the day. New updated servers that don't have hackers with, you know, and then like throw in like an old school 360 controller that works on an Xbox One or an old school PS3 controller that works on a PS4. Shit is golden. Golden. I promise you'll sell that, dude. I promise people will buy that. Oh my gosh, like why have they not done that yet? I don't understand why they wouldn't do that yet. Makes no sense. And if you understand that sort of thought process, you'll laugh at thinking about a remastered version. Like a remastered seems so stupid and slow and pointless, really, when you think about it. So either way, that's my opinion on it, man. Appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.